Welcome to That's Good Sports, now with two idiots instead of one. I'm Brandon Perna.
And I'm TJ Carpenter, the Thelma to his Louise. And by that I mean the person who convinces him to drive this car off a cliff.
Only one of us is wearing a diaper today, but both of us are ready to talk some sports. Mostly football, just football. And fuel this nation's contempt for Tom Brady, just like fossil fuels contempt for breathable air.
If you hate Tom Brady, you're going to want to pay attention. Noted internet person Sports Talk Joe had some very interesting points about Tom Brady and his ability to allow you plenty of space to fuck things up for yourself if you're an opposing defense.
The Patriots' two biggest gains on pass plays in this postseason have been on pass interference penalties.
Which is funny if you're the Jacksonville Jaguars, who did everything right in that game and still lost. Oh, you thought establishing a running game, getting plenty of pressure without blitzing, and getting a mistake-free performance from David Boreanaz, a quarterback, was going to get it done? Wrong.
Have you seen Boreanaz's deltoids? You cannot get any upward mobility with that frame. Biology doomed him from the get-go.
Tom Brady basically farted his way through 3 quarters. Then some mysterious sideline witch doctor put some kabuki on his hand, inserted magic here, and you lose.
Tom Brady's perfectly nutritioned body, TJ, has not farted in 3 years.
Yes, only the perfectly nutritioned goat could have made this throw absolutely incredible.
An actual goat can make that fucking throw.
Just another absolutely jaw-dropping throw here by Tom Brady. He's 40, by the way.
No other QB can even dream about making that throw.
The goat's down 10. Here we go.
You know Tom Brady had a 76.6 passer rating on throws 20-plus yards downfield yesterday. That includes the badly underthrown flea flicker pass that Philip Dorsett bailed him out on.
G-O-A-T. Gushing over average Tom.
Come on, take away the Dorsett bailout catch, and Tom Brady had a 58 passer rating on throws 20-plus yards downfield yesterday. Are we arguing about something here?
Yeah?
I don't think that we are.
We both hate Tom Brady, right?
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Okay, speaking of those who look like they've made love to barnyard animals,
John Elway.
TJ, you keep
What?
his name out of your mouth unless it's followed by some respectful sentences. John Gruden has been hired by the Oakland Raiders after over a decade away from coaching. Owner Mark Davis was about as eloquent in his intro press conference as you'd expect.
You know, I'd like to think Mark Davis can be explained by the fact that even being born to the super rich can't deter the strand of DNA that builds mouth-breathing morons.
I'd like my next head coach to have at least 0 years of coaching experience in the last decade. He also needs to be fashion-forward, just like myself.
John Gruden and Mark Davis look like brothers separated at birth, and one was given riches and privilege, and the other was kept in a basement devoid of light and human contact until he was 40. Most of his conversations with Mark Davis will be centered around the most comfortable fanny packs and the calorie count for lettuce wraps at P.F. Chang's.
And not to mention a best practices conversation on how to make it appear that you abided by the Rooney Rule. 510, by the way,
510.
for the lettuce wraps.
That's not bad.
By the way, I am currently boycotting P.F. Chang's until they bring back their dinner deal, their 2-for-1 dinner deal. I can't afford it. Speaking of 2-for-1 deals, Deuce Gruden will be joining his father in Oakland as the strength and conditioning coach. Deuce has perfected the art of building muscles that will not help you on the gridiron. Perfect for winning football games.
Deuce looks like he spent his college years making sure everyone filled out their sexual consent forms at the PC house.
I'm sorry, when I see Deuce, I just want to punch him.
Speaking of Bill Belichick, here he is doing his post-game presser from Gold's Gym.
Call me crazy, but I think Bill Belichick would be 1,000 times more popular if he started a sexy guy Instagram account.
That's true. That's very, very true. Bill Belichick would like you to know that the Gun Show is brought to you by Gatorade and hate. And maybe also a profound disrespect and disgust for everyone else in the room.
Bill Belichick, the football genius he is, sadly never learned to masturbate.
I don't know where you're going with that.
That's it. He never learned. I feel like it explains a lot about him. Can you picture this man enjoying himself?
No, I can't. The most impressive thing about the Patriots' comeback win over the Jags was they did it without trained polar bear Rob Gronkowski. Even if Gronk were concussed, How could you tell?
Well, actually, when he starts speaking articulately, that's the big giveaway.
Ah, yes. If Gronk ever starts referencing T.S. Eliot and Ken Burns documentaries, we know something is wrong.
Well, the only reason Gronk has an interest in T.S. Eliot is because he thought his book of poems, 4 Quarters, was about football.
And there you have it. The Patriots, the official team of late capitalism.
Do your job 247 times.
It's 24/7.
That actually makes less sense. How the fuck are you supposed to work when you're sleeping?
Bill Belichick never sleeps.
And he's an idiot.
The Eagles also made the Minnesota Vikings look like, well, the Minnesota Vikings every time they're in a big game this weekend. Completely and totally outclassed. Look, Foles' grip is impressive, but not surprising if you've ever seen his hands. Dude looks like one of those creatures from M. Night Shyamalan's The Village.
Also like The Village and every other movie after The Sixth Sense, Nick Foles is primed to let us down.
Yes, the 2018 playoffs, written and directed by M. Night Shyamalan, ending with a twist no one asked for or wanted. Blake Bortles this season was more embarrassing than the fact that F. Murray Abraham's the Bud Light Wizard. This man won an Oscar. Moving on to the NBA, the Lakers could shoot hardcore porn at center court last Sunday and no one would have known.
Yeah, I've seen that video. It was called Mia Khalifa Does the Lakers, how to dribble 6 balls at the same time. It's more of a tutorial film than a fuck video, though.
She is trying to make a career transition right now.
Very
Coming to a
educational.
G League near you.
I stepped on your line.
Mel Kiper came out with his first mock draft of the year and has the Browns taking Josh Allen #1 overall.
Mel basically said, I assume Cleveland will find a way to fuck this up like they usually do. So I'm going to have them taking Josh Allen, a QB so good, he decided to play in the least populated state in America.
The conversation being had at Cleveland Browns headquarters after seeing that on ESPN? Well, Mel thinks we should take Josh Allen. Who is Josh Allen? And what position does he play?
The Cleveland Cavs have a schism in the locker room over whether Kevin Love faked an illness to skip practice and go to a day spa with his girlfriend.
I can only imagine LeBron James' reaction. I rescued you from that shithole Minnesota and made you an NBA champion, and this is how you repay me, Kevin?
James was reportedly stunned and started crying after Love told him to fuck off, a league source tells ESPN. And I started crying when I accidentally walked into Kevin Love's mud bath at the spa.
Which, if you're familiar with NBA superstar etiquette, that is the ultimate betrayal.
I mean, if you saw a naked 6'10" man standing there covered in mud, you would be traumatized too.
Look, it's right up there with stealing your teammates' Beats by Dre headphones and pooping in their Air Jordans because they wouldn't pay their gambling debts.
What's the big deal? Kevin Love faked an illness to skip a team meeting. Tom Brady faked a hand injury to get attention. And I once had a girlfriend fake being sick for an entire year so she didn't have to marry me.
And that's the moral of today's episode. Never try and love anything ever.
Never. You know, it's so true. And we just want to say thanks for watching. We would love for you to share this video and subscribe and all of those things.
I don't know if you can hear it in his voice, but he is terrified of you not sharing this video right now. So please share, subscribe, all of that. Facebook and YouTube. I think those are the only 2 platforms that we're on.
Yeah, and you can follow us on Twitter if you want to talk football sports.
Football, sports.
Football, any sport.
Which is really just football. Thanks for watching. Later, y'all.